Hello friends, it's Kristie Marcotte. Pretty Pink Posh has a brand new release and it's all about Halloween. Here's a quick look at the new release from Pretty Pink Posh. Lots of fun stamps, dies, stencils, and some new shaker mixes. If you are interested in any of the products, I do have links in the description box below. I'll start with the new shaker mixes. There are two shaker bead sets. The set on the left is called Halloween Magic. Then we have Classic Halloween. There are also two new clay confetti mixes. First is Spooktacular mix, and then we have Spooky Sky mix. These are perfect for making Halloween cards. Now moving on to the stamp set. The first one is a sentiment set called Upright Greetings Halloween. So we have lots of fun individual words and also sentiments, perfect for Halloween cards. And what's fun about this set, they work with Pretty Pink Posh's Sentiment Strips die set. The next stamp set is called Halloween Icons, and there are coordinating dies. The coordinating die set also includes two small circles, and the images all fit inside those circles. Plus, there's a zigzag circle, so you can use that for the layer. I love all the cute little images on this set. The next stamp set is one of my favorites from this release. It's called Batty About You. There are several adorable bat images, but there are also some silhouette bats, so if you don't like to color, you can use those images. There are also several fun sentiments, and there is a coordinating die set. The next stamp set is called Halloween Corners. Several fun images that you can put in the corner of your card or project, plus several fun sentiments. Spooky wishes, happy Halloween, ghostly greetings, and no tricks, just treats. And with the coordinating die set, there is a die that goes around those three larger sentiments. The final stamp set in the new release is called Halloween Train. It has the engine, a couple of train cars, one of them has a large jack-o'-lantern on it. There are three fun sentiments: sending spooky smiles, Halloween fun is on the way, and delivering tricks and treats. And there is a coordinating die set, so there's a die that goes around each of the images. Now moving on to the die sets, and there are lots of great sets this month. First up we have Bat Shaker. So you can use this set to create an adorable bat shaker image, or you could use the dies for just that large bat image. Next up we have Big Halloween Cupcake. Pretty Pink Posh's cupcake dies have been super popular, and this is a fun and spooky set. If you aren't good at baking cupcakes, you can always make a paper cupcake for your project. There are two new border die sets, candy cane border and also spider web border. And with each of the sets, there's a single die. The candy cane border has that small candy cane piece with the three different layers, and the spider web border has a tiny spider image. Next up is Ghost Holder. I love this set, so much fun. The arms of the ghost cut out, so you can have the ghost hold a variety of different images. And on this set, we have a Halloween treat bag, there's candy, a pumpkin, a couple of bats, and the sentiment boo. And it also includes the eyes and mouth, so you can give your ghost a face. The next die set is called Stitched Ghosts. There are 6 different sizes of ghosts. Some have arms, some don't, but all of them have that nice faux stitched outline detail, and there are a variety of different faces that you can add on your ghost. There's a new mug edition die set. This one's called Spooky. This set also includes a couple of smaller ghost images that have the cutout for the hands so they can hold different images. There's a cauldron, a little picket fence, a couple of pumpkins, a lollipop, some spiders, lots of fun spooky images. There's also a new cover plate this month. This one's called Pumpkin. It'll cut out 6 different pumpkins. There are also a bunch of tiny images you can use to embellish or accessorize your pumpkins. You could use just the background frame or the individual pumpkins, or you could use both. And I will be sharing some cards using this die after I show the rest of the release. The next die set is called Candy Corn Shaker. So you could use this set to create a very large candy corn shaker image, or you can use the dies and make a non-shaker image. The next set is called Candy Bucket. It includes the base of the bucket, there's a lid, a handle, and a variety of different faces that you could add on your bucket. And there's also a smaller image that goes on the inside of the bucket. So you could make a shaker card and fill it with some of the new shaker mixes in this release. The final die set is called Build a Monster. And how cute is this set? There are 3 different body sizes for the monsters and a huge variety of antennas, horns, arms, legs, eyes. I love the variety of different options. So you can create endless designs of monsters. And I love that this set is perfect for cards year-round. There are 4 new stencil sets in the release. The first one is called Halloween Words. Then we have Scattered Bats. And those first 2 stencils are a single layer. Next is Layered Birch Trees. And there are 2 stencils in this set. And the final set is called Layered Halloween Wreath. And there are 3 stencil layers in this set. So that's everything in Pretty Pink Posh's brand new August 2024 release. And if you are interested in any of the products, I do have links in the description box below. I do have a few cards to share with you using the new pumpkin cover plate die. I cut out 6 different background frames. 3 of them I used some white shimmer cardstock, and the other 3 I have a brighter pink color, a light pink, and then an orange cardstock color. And I'll be using both the frames and the cutout pumpkins. My first card will feature the white shimmer cardstock frame. I'll flip it over, put some double-sided adhesive tape on the back side. I'm adding a piece around each of the edges. I'll put one straight down the center. Remove the release paper from that center strip and then add 2 more strips in the middle of the card. Now remove the release paper. When you cut out the pumpkins, 3 of them have little cutout areas. 2 have circles. One's a really small circle, the other a little bit larger. And one of the pumpkins cuts out some tiny diamonds. 1 pumpkin will be solid and 2 of the pumpkins have the faux stitch detail. Behind the 3 pumpkins that do have those cutout areas, I'm adding a small scrap piece of silver holographic paper. And this is from scrapbook.com's holographic mirror paper pad. Even though I do have the double-sided adhesive tape on the back, I'm also adding a little bit of Barely Art glue. I want to get some adhesive closer to that pumpkin cutout area. Then I'll add the 3 pieces of holographic paper, add some more Barely Art glue on the back, and if there are any areas on that outside edge that I didn't get the double-sided adhesive tape, I will put a tiny bit of glue. Now I'll add my card front onto a card base. Next, I'll fill in the 6 openings with the cutout pumpkins. And I'm using the 2 pink colors and the orange. I'll start with the light pink pumpkins. Put one in the upper left-hand corner. Then I'll add the second light pink pumpkin in the middle on the right side. In the lower left-hand corner, I'm adding the pumpkin that doesn't have any cutouts or stitching. Then I'll add the 3 pumpkins with the cutout areas, adding the last orange pumpkin in the upper right-hand corner, and the final 2 pumpkins with that brighter pink cardstock color. Since I am adhering some of those pieces on specialty cardstock, I'll place a large acrylic block on top for some added weight while the glue dries. For a sentiment, I'll be adding Spooky Wishes, and this is Pretty Pink Posh's Spooky Wishes Shadow Die Set. It's not part of the new release, but it is still available. I use some pink glitter cardstock for the words and black cardstock for the shadows. I'll hold the words using a pair of reverse tweezers, add Barely Art glue on the back, and layer the word on that shadow piece. And I won't forget to dot the I. I have the tiny little piece in my stack and sort tray from scrapbook.com. And I'll pick it up using the wax tip end of scrapbook.com's Craft Pro Pick tool. Now I'll add the sentiment on the front of the card, and I'm putting it at a slight angle. I love how it really stands out against the background with the black shadow. I thought about popping up the sentiment with foam dimension, but I wanted to have a few cards on hand that I could mail and not have to worry about paying additional postage. So for this card, I'm gluing down all of the images and sentiments. To finish off the card, I'm adding 5 small bat images, and I cut these out from black glitter cardstock. The bat die is part of the Ghost Holder die set. I'll put 3 bats in the upper left-hand corner and 2 in the lower right-hand corner. And I'm only adding glue behind the bodies of the bat. That way the wings can still lift up for that look of dimension. So there is my finished card, and I did make 3 using this design. Now moving on to the second set of cards. This set will feature the colored cardstock for that background frame. I've already gone ahead and put double-sided adhesive tape on the back. We'll remove the release paper and add this bright pink cardstock layer on top of the light cardstock layer. I'm also adding a little bit of glue around the edges of those pumpkin cutouts. Now I'll flip it over, put ATG tape on the back, and add my card front onto a card base. For this card, I'll be adding the white pumpkins, and I use white shimmer cardstock for the pumpkins. It would look cute with just white pumpkins, but I decided to make them even more shimmery. I'm using Ranger's Distress Spritz. This is the fossilized amber color, and it really has this beautiful gold shimmery look to it. When using this spray, you want to make sure to really shake that bottle. All that lovely shimmer settles at the bottom of the bottle. I sprayed the pumpkin several times, and I did set them aside to dry almost. I think there were a few areas that were slightly damp. Now I'll add all 6 of the pumpkins inside those pumpkin cutout areas of the background. So you'll only see a tiny bit of that light pink cardstock peeking through the cutout areas of the pumpkins. Some of the edges of the pumpkins are starting to curl up just slightly. Once I've added the last pumpkin, I will place a large acrylic block on top, and I did let that sit for several minutes. You can see on the back of my fingers, there's some of that gold shimmer. It's because I didn't let those pumpkins dry completely. For a sentiment, I'm adding Trick or Treat, and I'm using Pretty Pink Posh's Trick or Treat script die set. This is also not part of the release, but is still available, and I do have it linked below. I cut it out from black cardstock. I think it adds enough contrast against the background since this die set does not include a shadow. I'm also adhering this sentiment at a slight angle. I think it adds some extra interest to the card. After adding the 3 words, I won't forget to dot the I, Putting that small drop of Barely Art glue, and I'll pick up that teeny tiny die cut piece with the wax tip end of Scrapbook.com's Craft Pro Pick tool. Now, just like the previous card, I'm adding 5 of the bat die cuts. 3 in the upper left-hand corner and 2 in the lower right-hand corner. And I cut these out from some black glitter paper. So there is my finished card. I love how this turned out. And just depending on how the light hits those pumpkins, it has this beautiful gold shimmer. I did end up making 3 cards using this design. For the pink pumpkins, I used the Distress Spritz Picked Raspberry color. And for the orange pumpkin, this is the Spiced Marmalade Distress Spritz color. Now here's another look at the 6 cards I made using Pretty Pink Posh's brand new pumpkin cover plate die. This is such a fun die, and it's great for mass producing a bunch of cards. If you are interested in any of the products from the new release or products I use for my cards, I do have links in the description box below. And let me know which products from the new release you'd like to see me use next. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.